baby. I'm about to show them what a boss really about. What you here for? Strictly business. I'm bossed up. I'm bossed up. I got boss in my IV. Just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me. My services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low. Rappers turning into rats. Try snitching on they self. DEA ransack.
What's good? What's poppin'? It's a Football Friday, and your boys, we in the building. All right. So we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna tear it up. Mowich. I know we sound crazy when we're like, yo, we know y'all watching. We know y'all watching. Like we know it. And it's crazy because it's the people that it's the people that we shout out to. So that's what makes it even more ironic. Because it's like if I tag you in videos and we shout you out on the show and we do all this other stuff, and then little snippets of what we do end up in your show.
Or your videos.
I'm like, hey man, I appreciate that. You might say, Mel, what you talking about, man? What you talking about, Willis?
You talking about Mel?
I got evidence. I have more evidence. We always come with receipts. We always got receipts. And Boogie, Cameron Newton, our guy over here, Funky Friday, Cam, my guy. We always shout out Cam. But you slipped up, Cam.
What's good? What's poppin'?
What's good? What's poppin'?
What's good? What's poppin'? Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. Cam Newton, the son, Mr. Boogie the All, here with another episode of Funky Friday.
Now, the intro, I'm doing the intro the same way for a solid year and a half. Solid. And I learned, everybody who has a show, they have their opening. They have their thing that they say every show. That's how you open up the show. That when I locked in, that was my thing. That's like, yo, what's good? What's poppin'? You boys in the building. Cam. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. I'm not even mad at it. I'm not even mad, Cam.
And see, this is why we have our openings, right? Troy start with the bust down, the basket to basket, right? You know what I'm saying? What's good, what's popping, you know what I mean? Salute, you know what I mean? Like, all I'm saying is when y'all see this stuff, just know where it came from because
right. So good. I'm not even. But it's way more than that. My cousin be sending me stuff in text messages like, yo, look at this shit. Y'all niggas said that. Y'all said this. And, I know. Go ahead. Mo, I know you got some too.
I mean, it's crazy, bro, because, like, I'm looking at TikTok right now, and, like, just a few weeks ago, my brother is sending me something about Jameis. And I'm just like, that looks familiar, dog. Hold on, wait. Like, where have I seen that before? And I'm like, oh. So I had to send him a clip. And I'm like, you see that? That's we did that first. This was the week before that happened. You know what I'm saying? Right. All he can do is laugh about. I'm just saying, bro, like.
Matter of fact, you sent me. We're gonna get into that in a second. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have some fun. We got some fun.
I'm gonna have some fun today. Today's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So, we're gonna, like I said, the warm-up's gonna be a little different today. Just a little different. I got two topics I wanna address in the warm-up.
Yes.
All right. So let's get to the.
Hey. It's a man's game tonight now, you know that. It's a man's game tonight. Here we come. Here we come. It's a man's game now. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on, big boy. It's going to be a football game tonight now, no doubt. It's going to be a football game here. Let's go. Let's play. Put your hands on them and let's play. Let's see if they can play physical football today. Let's see if they can run without nobody touching. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't ready.
Y'all not ready today.
They ain't ready today.
Y'all are not ready today. Let's get it. Okay. I saw Darrell Revis. He was talking to Chad Ochocinco. And Chad said the same thing that everybody loves to say.
Mm-hmm. What do you say?
That 09 season, greatest season for DB ever. It'll never be duplicated. Follow the show. You know me. My sticking point is it can't be the greatest defensive back season of all time if a defense back won Defensive Player of the Year that season. That defensive back being Charles Woodson. Now, there was a lot of stuff that was being said in this. Oh, he locked up Randy Moss, locked up T.O., locked up Megatron.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm just compiling everything.
Locked up Megatron. Did all this stuff. So Melvin got tired. I was like, you know what? I gotta do what I do. I gotta break this. I gotta break this down to its molecules. I gotta kill it. I gotta stomp it out for good right now. You know the Jets didn't even play the Lions that season?
Oh no, they didn't. You want to know how I know?
Because I'm trying to figure out how did Megatron get thrown into this? The Jets never even played the Lions.
You want to know how I know? Because I got Houston, New England, Tennessee, New Orleans, Miami, Buffalo, Oakland, Miami, Jacksonville, New England, Carolina, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Indiana, Cincinnati.
No Detroit Lions in there.
Where's Detroit?
No Detroit. I don't know where they got that from, but they just started lying. So I was like, you know what? Let me break it down even more. So they was like, oh, well, he had 31 pass defenses during that season, most in the NFL, right? Said Charles Woodson only had 18. I said, cool. So let me look at. I said, I want to look into this way deeper. Mulich, you know how we like to do. We like to pay attention and get real. We don't want to do no fake shit over here, right? So that year, Charles Woodson. Hold on, I just got to get to that season real quick. Some of y'all gonna get mad because we're gonna talk about stuff that y'all didn't talk about when having this conversation. So let's talk about those pass defenses that Charles Woodson had, because he only had 18, right? So against the first week against the Green Bay Packers, they didn't even throw the ball at Charles Woodson. Hold on, let me get this because I got to make sure I got the teams together on this. I mean, the Bears. My bad. He was on the Packers. My fault. But the next week against the Cincinnati Bengals, they got real bold and said, we're going to throw on Charles Woodson. They threw on Charles Woodson twice. You know what the result of those 2 times were? 2 interceptions, and one of them returned for a pick 6.
Wow.
There's going to be a theme to that throughout the season. Okay? The next week, Pittsburgh Steelers, they threw on him 1 time. You know what the result of that was?
Go ahead.
That was the interception too. I'm not going to go through all of this because I'm going to make it real clear. Charles Woodson, on his 18 pass defenses, had 9 interceptions and 3 touchdowns. That's not counting his sacks, his forced fumbles, and the other shit. This is just pass defense, him playing defense back. So you mean to tell me that the dude had 18 pass defenses and half the time it resulted in an interception, and 33% of the time he scored a touchdown off said interception.
Interesting.
Conversely, with Darrelle Revis, he had 31 defenses and 6 interceptions, which was like 19%, and 3 touchdowns. So if you're going to ask me, hey, who would you not want to throw on? The dude who 50% of the time it's a turnover if I throw it on his side. And then 33% of the time, if I do turn it over to him, it's going to be a touchdown. Not going to go into the deeper facts and all that other bullshit. Not going to do it. But let's get into, oh, well, he shut Randy Moss down. Randy Moss had 3 catches for 33 yards or whatever it was. They're not going to tell you that the Patriots blew them out by 24 points and Wes Welker had 192 yards catching on the other side.
Go ahead, keep going. Just looking. Like I said, I'm just compiling evidence right now.
So there's that. And they like to talk about what Darrelle Revis did. But Lito Shepherd on the other side was balling out of control too. Like the entire defense was balling out of control. It wasn't just Darrelle Revis. Now, mind you, I keep trying to tell people, I know Rex Ryan's defense. Spoke with Rex. I sat down. I was in the meeting room when they was going over this, so I know how it works. That front 7 was ridiculous. They was getting pressure on everybody. Only one wide receiver had a 100-yard season, had a 100-yard game. That was Wes Welker. So I'm just trying to say it's kind of overrated the season that he had. Was it a good season? 100%. The best season? No, because we got a whole bunch of other seasons that were way better than that as well. But let's stop talking about this bullshit ass 09 Darrelle Revis season. Okay? It wasn't better than Charles Woodson, and it wasn't even close. If you go look at the MVP voting, they told you it wasn't even close.
You want to know what's funny?
Oh,
no, it's funny. So looking at this, they always like to talk about the 2009 season, but I like to do research. They like to talk about, he locked up Megatron. They didn't play the Lions until 2010. And in the same game where they only won by 3 points, one Nate Burleson went off for 115 that game as well. So, we took away the quote unquote best player on the field, right? But your defense still allowed another guy to go for 100 plus. So there's that. But just going down this list, right? There's Andre Johnson, right? When you have Mr. Pick Six, Mac Schaub at quarterback, it's not really hard to lock down your side of the field.
Wasn't that good?
Then you have an aging Randy Moss, which I'm sure after the first matchup, Randy cooked your ass on a consistent basis. Like I specifically remember an overstretched one-arm touchdown, and then which you try to fake like you pulled a hamstring,
blew your hamstring out.
No, get the fuck out of here. And then, right, a lot of people just like to talk about this season, but I'm like, okay, y'all talk about Andre, y'all talk about Randy Moss, right? Who the fuck is Justin Gage, guys?
Justin Gage was the third wide receiver on a couple different teams.
Okay. Because they put him on here like he's significance. Okay, they got Marcus Colson on here. Remember him?
Marcus Colson was decent, but no one. He's basically Michael Thomas Light.
I thought so too. And then they have Ted Ginn on here, Mr. No Catch himself.
Really? You don't even got to guard Ted Ginn. He'll drop it himself.
Louis Murphy, who didn't last in the league over 5 years. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? And he went 4 for 58 and a touchdown on you. So
it's crazy. Like they love to. I would look. Everybody, I'm gonna make sure I clip this up too. All you Revis defenders, please. I need somebody in real time to sit on the other side of this with me and tell me why you think that he is a top 10 cornerback all time.
They put a 47-year-old Devon Best on here, bro. He wasn't even on the Chiefs at the point. He was on the Miami Dolphins. Hold on, look, because I got one better for you. You ready for this one? You ready for this one?
Yeah.
They put Terrell Owens on this list, dog.
Old here.
Buffalo Bills, Terrell Owens.
Yeah. You know what? You know who's never on any list? Stevie Johnson.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, Stevie Johnson always had Revis' number. He was cooking you every single goddamn day. But this is why I was saying I was compiling research, bro, because I always think about, okay, what about the guys that they left off of this list? Like the Julian Edelmans.
Oh, no, I can put them on it.
They're not gonna put the Julian Edelmans on this list? Dang, that's crazy. See, that's the thing. I'm like, okay, well, like, y'all can talk about all these lists, bro. Like, y'all put all these people on the list, dog. Like, oh yeah, most definitely. We putting Jericho Cotchery on this list.
I'm just wondering if you only like.
Hold on, wait. Before you cook, I got one question, Mel, because there's a lot of people that don't understand the game of football, right? So if Darrelle Revis is quote unquote supposed to be Revis Island and locking down one side of the field, right? But I have another guy on the other side of the field that's going to fuck off. Why would I not then switch his side, right? To put him on the quote unquote hot receiver. So if I do that, which a lot of defensive coordinators do, wouldn't that still mean that Jericho Cotchery caught some passes on the? Oh, okay, for sure. I'm gonna keep going down these lists.
Andre Johnson, none of them is needed, but it is what it is. My thing is this: every Darrelle Revis fan, they can't talk to me about any other thing but 09. They won't talk about because he came in the league in 2007. So you only talk about 09. You don't talk about anything after 2009. Why is that? I can tell you why. Because he wasn't that good. Like he literally lived off reputation.
And they don't talk about anything before 2009, after 2009, and I'm like, okay, well, why? Why not? Why not? And y'all talk about this 2009 season like it was just an amazing season, but I'm like, if it was so amazing, how did he lose out Defensive Player of the Year?
When he was on Tampa Bay getting cooked. Y'all forgot about that.
Oh no, he's coming off an ACL tear. We got to give him some time to come back.
He was getting cooked.
Okay.
So I don't want no more. Like I said, I need all Darrelle Revis fans report to your nearest computer. I'm gonna plug you in. We can do this in real time. I'm tired of arguing with myself.
Asked what by the Saints too. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Ask a few questions because.
So that's out of the way. We also we saw what happened with Tua. I'm not Tua. With
Mr. Williams.
With Mr. Williams. We saw what happened to Bill. Right? Mm-hmm. Everybody up in arms, bitching and moaning about his dirty hip. Aziz is a dirty player. No, he's not a dirty player. To play defense, you got to have screws loose. Sorry, it is what it is. You got to have some screws loose when you play defense. Yep. The problem I have is you can't tell me that the rule is we got to protect quarterbacks, but you really don't protect quarterbacks. You say, what do you mean by that, Melvin? Because if defenders can't hit quarterbacks, then why are there RPOs? Why do we have quarterback draws? Why do we have? Do you know the tush push is probably the most dangerous play in the NFL? Why aren't you trying to protect the defensive tackle and the defensive ends and the linebackers that are getting smushed by bigger guys just leaning on them? Like the amount of injuries that can happen from the tush push is ridiculous. Because if I dig my cleats into the ground to not move, I could tear an ACL, MCL. I could break my leg. I could break a tibia. There's so many things that can happen from trying to stop the tush push. But they won't ban that out. Right? And How, as a defender, am I supposed to know when he gonna slide and when he not gonna slide? Just here's some stuff. So let me get this. I want to make sure I get this correct. You want to protect the quarterbacks, but it don't look like they're trying to protect themselves. So why are you doing it?
I just got a question. Because I've seen the narrative that, Aziz Al-Shirer's a dirty player. I don't think he's a dirty player. I just think that he plays hard, right? There's a difference between somebody who's a dirty player and someone who plays hard, right? And I think that's ultimately what people want. They want to see a defensive player who plays hard, plays to the whistle, runs to the ball. But I got a question. If we want to protect the quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
This whole sliding thing. If we want to protect the quarterbacks, why not just have them play football instead of playing fucking baseball?
Because I say the same thing. It's easier. They're safer if they're bracing for the hit than if they are trying to avoid the hit altogether.
Oh my God. It's crazy, bro, right? Holy fucking shit. It's like we're football players and we have a whole bunch of pads and equipment and helmet that protect us so that when we brace for impact, it doesn't fucking hurt. But when you give yourself up and you just lay there like a limp piece of shit, sliding like it's fucking When they started to bring in baseball sliding coaches to teach quarterbacks how to slide, I lost my fucking mind, Mel. Why the fuck would you do that?
Because this is the problem. One, it wasn't the hit that caused the concussion. It was Bill's body sliding and his head hitting the turf.
Oh, so it was his head ricocheting back. Okay.
Yeah, if he just actually do, know what they love to say? A football move. Like when you catch the ball, you gotta make a football move. When you're on the sidelines, you gotta make a football move. If you're doing a football move, if all he has to do is cradle the ball, drop his shoulder, take the hit, guess what doesn't happen? His head hitting the ground.
His head doesn't ricochet off the fucking Mel, and that's the reason why I lost my mind when they brought in baseball coaches to teach them how to slide. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? We're not playing baseball. Why would you teach them how to slide like this is baseball, like they're sliding in the fucking first or second? No, teach them how to brace for impact. Teach them how to carry the fucking ball. It's quite literally that simple.
But you know what the crazy thing about this? All of them know how to run with. Trevor Lawrence knows how to run with the ball.
All of them know how to run with the fucking football. You motherfuckers been doing this since Pop Warner.
So you're making it unnatural for them to play the position. They weren't avoiding tackles in college. They weren't avoiding it in high school.
They're making the motion unnatural to the point where giving yourself up is now cause for more injury than it would be than just to brace for impact.
Just take the fucking hit, dog.
And that's the thing that frustrates me is because we're not only are we're sitting up here putting more emphasis on protecting the quarterback, but if that is the case, then where's the emphasis on also protecting the defensive players as well? If that's the game, because that's supposed to be the game, right? Oh, well, we're going to make the game more safer. We're making the game more safer. No hip drop tackles. You can't blindside hit anybody. You can't ear hole. Hits on defensive players, targeting, all that stuff. You're making the game, quote unquote, safer. But who are you making it safer for? Are you making it safer for the offense, or are you making it safer for everybody going around? Because when a defensive player takes a crazy hit, when a defensive player takes a blindside hit, when a defensive player gets his knee fucking cut from up under him and all that extra stuff, nobody bats a fucking eye about it. Nobody says shit. But as soon as the offensive player, oh my God, the end of the world.
Like, do you know how crazy it is that the fucking 49ers put Trent Williams at tight end and bring him in motion and have him crack down on cornerbacks?
On corners.
Right.
Come on, man.
Been a job. Yeah. It's true. Like, they're not trying to protect the players. They're trying to protect quarterbacks.
Exactly.
But you see Josh Allen running over people. Look, if you get in the end zone and you start doing all this, I'm not protecting you, dog.
But how can you sit up there and make a case for protecting the quarterback when you're bringing in a baseball coach that's teaching them how to slide instead of bringing in a rugby coach, bringing in a running back that's going to teach them how to brace for impact and teach them how to take specific hits at specific angles, send them through the goddamn whatchamacallit machine. Like that to me is teaching them how to, like Rich Ryan said. Rich Ryan went on a whole ass rant a few days ago talking about tell them motherfuckers to start diving forward because you're teaching them to give up themselves, and that's what's causing all these fucking concussions.
Yeah. Look, point blank, this is as simple as this gonna get. If you don't want to get hit, don't step on the field. Period. Point blank, period. And what do we say? You told, like, we talked. I was literally just about to bring this up.
Oh my goodness, don't lie.
I was just about to bring, because what did we say last week? Did we not say defenders are going to get tired? No, 2 weeks ago. The defenders are going to get tired of all of this fake going out of bounds, the fake slides, because now you're putting the defense in a very ill spot.
Mm-hmm.
And you sent me the video of what Dan Campbell said. Said no.
Mm-hmm.
If Caleb ass getting near the sidelines, take his ass out.
Hit him anyway.
Take his ass out. Because lessons are taught or they're learned. Real simple. And if you want to keep faking like you want to go out of bounds, I'll make sure you go out of bounds.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make sure you go out of bounds for sure.
We'll make sure you go out of bounds. Because
for sure, we'll make sure you go out of bounds.
They're taking the aggression away from the defense. And you can't do that. You can't. You're handicapping the defense.
Not to mention when you have, and a lot of people don't even really understand this part of the game, right? But if you listen to any Bo Jackson interview, he'll tell you straight up. When you have athletes that are going full speed to stop it instantly like that, it's horrible on the knees. So we're wondering why athletes are starting to suffer more knee injuries, right? So when you have quarterbacks that are shooting upfield and they want to cut out of bounds at the last minute, yeah, sure, you could do that most definitely, but the defender is running full speed and now he has to stop, boom, on a dime now, which is horrible for the knee. That's how a lot of knee injuries happen because your body isn't meant to stop at a dime like that. You have to slow down, right? Especially if you can't bring contact to another person in order to slow down that inertia that comes from the force of the body. So when quarterbacks do that, and you see a guy that stops on a dime, but then he buckles, boom, ACL gone.
ACL is gone. Out of here. Or you're gonna blow a hamstring, something. You're gonna tear something up. You're gonna tear something up.
Dislodge kneecap. I've seen it all.
You have to. If you want to protect the quarterbacks, let them play football.
Just tell them to play football. Just let them play. Start running these niggas the fuck over. Start initiating the contact, right? And I just seen it the other day or last week during a football game where the running back it literally was targeting, literally led with the crown of the helmet. Nothing was called. Nothing was said at all.
And that's supposed to be a penalty.
And that's supposed to be a penalty. A lot of these defensive players get concussions from that. When a defensive guy is in concussion protocol, guess what happened, guys? Yeah. something that the ref didn't see, quote unquote. But we see it on the offense, though.
Yeah. Come on,
Tell
now.
them to
You're
play
not supposed to.
football.
Yeah, just let them play football, man. Let them play. The second part of this. Do I want to get to this now, or do I want to save this for later? Fuck it. Let's get into it now. Let's get into it. So, last night, I know you got into the college football rankings and all that.
Yep.
But once again, the hypocrites were out chirping again.
Mm-hmm.
All the hypocrites was out chirping again. Let's hear some of it right now.
Looking at Texas saying, wait a minute, you played one big game, you lost it. We'd be looking at Penn State saying you played one big game, you lost it. We would be looking at Notre Dame saying you played one big game, you beat A&M, but you lost Northern Illinois.
I'm reading the tea leaves, and I am anticipating one of the most exhaustive conversations, and I'm sick of hearing it, about how the SEC has shown so much more favoritism, and how the SEC, you guys will do anything you can. It's rigged for the SEC. I'm so tired of hearing it. Listen, I am no Bama fan, but ultimately, even with those 3 losses, if they have an opportunity to make it in, they should over a Miami team. I'm sorry. Who's Miami's best win? Louisville.
Yeah.
They lost to Georgia Tech. They almost lost to Virginia Tech. They almost lost to Cal. They lost to Syracuse. Like, the SEC cannibalizes itself as a criticism. Oh, you guys act like the SEC is so dominant. It's because they're all cannibalizing. They have to play tough schedules.
Okay. Now let me unpack some of this bullshit. How are you going to say that Texas played no big games?
I'm gonna go on mute.
This is what he said. He said Texas played no big games. Okay. They beat number 10 Michigan, second game of the season. They beat Oklahoma, number 18 in the country. Lost to Georgia. Beat number 25 Vanderbilt, who beat Alabama. Beat Texas A&M, who they just said, who they gave Notre Dame credit for beating, but not Texas. Wild work. How do you say you played no big games, and then literally the next words out of your mouth was Notre Dame played one big game and beat Texas A&M, but then you don't give the same credit to Texas? It's kind of odd. But then you skip over the fact that Texas beat Oklahoma, they beat Michigan, they beat Vanderbilt, who beat Alabama. Alabama does not deserve to be in the college football playoff. I'm sorry. They don't. And they don't deserve to be over Miami. You can only play the teams that are on your schedule. Okay? You can only do that. I play 12 games, you play 12 games. It is what it is. And this whole notion that, oh, well, the SEC cannibalizes themselves. Every conference cannibalizes themselves. Michigan and Ohio State, every season, their seasons come down to one game.
Literally.
It comes down to one game. They knock each other out every year because of that one game at the end of the season. This is what happens. It happens in the Pac-12. It happens in the Big Ten. It happens in the Big 12. It happens everywhere. It's not just the SEC. And it's what's crazy, what's really absolutely bonkers to me, is that y'all said the SEC is the superior conference. But Texas, which was a Big 12 team, is playing for the SEC championship in their first year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, what I find interesting is, first of all, when this is the reason why I kept saying last night, don't piss me off, bro, because they really finna make me mad. They said Texas played one big game and they lost that big game, but they lost that game to number 5 Georgia. Now, stay with me now, right? that same Texas team, like you said, beat Oklahoma. That same Oklahoma team beat the dog shit out of Alabama, the same fucking team they coping for right now.
Wait a minute. Can we let's take that in for a second. Let's take it in for a second. So Texas beat who? Oklahoma?
Mm-hmm.
And Oklahoma blew the doors off Alabama, right?
Beat the dog shit out of them boys. Walked them.
Texas beat Vanderbilt, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Didn't Alabama lose? Didn't Alabama lose to Vanderbilt?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
More definitely did.
Okay. I'm just gonna take it with you. That's all.
And we they talk about Miami in the strength of schedule, right? And this the thing, right? They talk about strength of
Oh
schedule.
yeah, let's get into Miami schedule. Let's do it.
Because if we're talking about strength of schedule, they start off the season with Florida, right? Okay, Florida A&M, Ball State, right? South Florida, Virginia Tech, right? Virginia Tech is a close game. Cal's a good team, right? Barring record aside, they're a good team, right? Louisville was ranked at one point in time, right? We all know what Florida State is, right?
Yep.
Georgia Tech, the team that they lost to, ain't that the same Georgia Tech that took the number 5 ranked Bulldogs? 8 overtimes? Oh, okay. Blow the doors off Wake Forest, and then
Georgia Tech had this. Hold on, I'm gonna make it to because they act like Georgia Tech. Let me make sure because I know I wasn't big. Because Georgia Tech beat number 10 Florida State in the beginning of the season, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Okay. They played. Who was it before? There was somebody else. Who was they rocking out with? Maybe it was just the floor. Maybe it was that game. It was a Georgia Tech game. I could have sworn it was another SEC team that they played.
They played NC State and they won that game by 1.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
They took that game down to the wire.
Yeah, that's right. Because they beat. Yeah.
I say all that to say this, right? Because they end off the season with Syracuse, and we know the quarterback, that Syracuse has.
Syracuse is way better than what people think.
Yeah, Kyle McCord is no slouch, right? He's a very good quarterback. And Syracuse is a really good team, but they lose a close one to Syracuse. But they talk about strength of schedule, right? So when I hear strength of schedule, I go up, right? Just looking at some things, right? Because I'm calling a bluff right now. Oh, I'm calling a bluff right now. Right.
What you about to do? Because I'm gonna do Alabama right now in a second.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you do Alabama. Don't worry. You got it. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna let you cook it Alabama. I'm calling a bluff right now though, because they talk about strength of schedule, right? And you can only play who's in front of you, right?
Yep.
You don't have no control of
Yes,
that.
you can. That's it.
Right. So he talked about how Miami played one big game and they lost. Well, wouldn't you apply the same logic to one Indiana? Because they played one big game and they lost. So why would you not then apply the same logic to Miami when it comes to the rankings? Because that's exactly what you guys were saying earlier, right? Oh, strength of schedule matters. Strength of schedule matters. Look who Miami's playing. Look who Indiana's playing. It doesn't really matter. Oh, they got one big time. Oh, we got to keep the same energy here, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, because we're gonna do this right now. So, Alabama played Western Kentucky, the juggernaut from Western Kentucky. Yeah, South Florida. Okay, Wisconsin. Okay, nobody good yet. Then they get to Georgia. They win by 7, and should have lost that game if Carson Beck wasn't an idiot. But we'll take that off. Lost to Vanderbilt again. Blah. South Carolina, you won by 2, which you should have lost that game if their quarterback wasn't an idiot. Then you go to Tennessee and lose. You beat Missouri. You beat LSU. I'll give you those 2 wins because they were ranked teams. But we all knew Missouri was a fraud.
Yep. Called it from the beginning.
But it is what it is. Then you played Mercer. Really? I didn't even know they had a football team.
Thank you.
Then you played Oklahoma and got your doors blown off.
Ass whooped.
And then you struggled with Auburn, who was also
Literally.
not ranked.
Didn't break the game open until the fourth quarter.
So what is the strength of schedule that we are talking about?
Where's the strength?
I don't get it. Where's the strength? Because if you're going to ask me, you played the Tennessee game was like your really tough matchup, and y'all lost. You let Vanderbilt drop 40 on it.
40. 40.
And the game, the score is 40-35, but it wasn't that close.
It was not that close.
It wasn't that close.
Those garbage time points saved the fuck out of y'all. I'm just being honest.
Garbage time points. And if Carson Beck had the 2 nuts that God gave him, y'all would have lost that game. So, no, I'm not going to go with this strength of schedule bullshit because Alabama's schedule was not that good. It wasn't. It's trash. We're just giving them the credit because they play in the SEC.
Yeah, like that SEC rules everything bullshit. That shit got to stop because at the end of the day, y'all don't deserve, not even remotely, to be in the playoffs. And that was apparent after you motherfuckers lost to Vanderbilt.
That part. After the Vanderbilt loss, that was it. And then you lose to Tennessee 2 weeks after that. Bro, y'all, it was done. It was over. Yeah. Then you lose to Oklahoma.
Badly.
Come on now. There's no reason for Alabama to be in the college football playoff.
Not even remotely.
Right.
We're talking about strength of schedule. We talking about really wanting to get into strength of schedule, then the committee has to drop their nuts, okay? All you motherfuckers, y'all got to drop your nuts, grab them with your right hand, and go up to Notre Dame and tell them to join a fucking conference or kick rocks, bro.
That's the way it's always been. Everybody's been saying that for how long now?
Because all of this strength of schedule bullshit with them being independent and them just going around the fucking country playing all the weak teams to stack up wins to be weak in the fucking playoffs or the national championship, bro. I'm tired of this shit, dog. I'm utterly tired of this shit. Y'all can't keep saying, oh, strength of schedule matters, but then let Notre Dame free fucking Lance around the goddamn country playing whoever the fuck they want just because they're independent. No, join the fucking conference or get the fuck on.
Right. Now, Georgia played a tough schedule. If you want about strength of schedule, Georgia's schedule was pretty nuts. So I'm not going to argue about Georgia. I'm not going to do it. But let's get. I got some more. I got one more.
All right. I'm going to say it. A lot of people are thinking, and I'm going to say it. Nobody wants to see SMU. Nobody wants to see Arizona State. Nobody wants to see Indiana. Nobody wants to see Boise State. Straight up. I just think we need to really consider team strength of schedule when you're talking about the national championship. Do you or have you really earned the right to say that playing the tier talent that you've played? And no, Boise, like without it being Jeanty, I'm like, I don't want to see Boise State. And if Boise State were to play Georgia, would Jeanty really get off? Like, okay, why do you feel this way? All right, I'm going to be the person that's going to be looking at TV like this. And I don't want to see what happened to TCU and Georgia for the national championship.
Okay, I'm going to address two things that Cam said real quick right up the wrist. He said he don't want to see Boise State against Georgia because he doesn't think Ashton Jeanty going to get off on Georgia. Cam, you my man. Told you, we talked about you in the beginning. You're my brother. You're my man. I got you. But this is ridiculous. Ashton Jeanty was shit all over Georgia. You know how I know this? Because Georgia just played Georgia Tech. You know how many rushing yards they allowed Georgia Tech to get? They almost had two backs go over 100 yards. They gave up 300 yards on the ground to Georgia Tech. 300. What do you think Ashton Jeanty going to do?
Is this the same Boise State and the same Ashton Jeanty that took the now number 1 Oregon team to the last final fucking second and lost by what, 3 fucking points? The man had 192 on Oregon.
He had 192 on Oregon. Okay, like you can say what you want about
him in the nation, bro. He had 190, damn near 2 bills. Come on, bro. Let's not do that.
Right.
Let's not.
And then this whole notion, this whole doofy shit that they say, oh, well, we don't want to see what happened in the national championship game with TCU and them getting blown up. You do realize TCU beat Michigan to get there, right?
I was gonna say they did beat
They beat a Power 5 team to get there, did they not?
They definitely did. Convincingly, I would say.
Like,
well,
just because you got a SEC patch on your jersey and a number next to the name of your team, that does not make you better. You got to play the games on Saturday. Because if that was the case, Alabama and Vanderbilt, we just would have said, it's Alabama, Vanderbilt. We ain't got to play that game. Just give the win to Alabama.
Most people did.
But Vanderbilt showed up, they showed out, and they beat Alabama.
Yeah, most of y'all did. I literally seen the tweets and I've seen the Facebook posts. I've seen all the sports forums. Most of y'all had, not even most of y'all, everybody had Alabama. And they had them convincingly. And everybody was dumbfounded on social media after the fact that Vanderbilt went out there and put 40 on them boys.
Yeah, so you got to play the game, dog. And I'm sorry, I can only play the teams that are in front of me. If I have 12 games and I win 10 and I lose 2 and you win 8 and you lose 4, I don't care what conference you played in. I am better than you. Period. All that strength of schedule shit, it changes every year because you don't know who's going to be good and who's not going to be good. You can only play the teams that are on the piece of paper that they hang in the locker room. That's it. So can we stop with the dumb shit? It's absolutely ridiculous. You're not going to go undefeated. And this whole thing now, and we said this, I was like, it doesn't matter if they were doing 4 teams or 12 teams. They can do the top 25. The 26th and the 27th team is going to bitch that they're not in the playoffs.
Yep.
There's always going to be teams bitching about how they didn't get to the playoffs. And then there's always going to be people saying, oh, well, that they don't deserve to be there because look at their record. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. You just got to play the games on Saturday. That's it. You got to play the games on Saturday and see what's up. Because wasn't there a time when Boise State, nobody wanted to play Boise State?
Literally.
Boise State was putting everybody on their skin. It was like, oh, let's rock out. Let's do it.
And they was cooking you niggas.
Yeah.
With that blue field. None of you niggas want to play there.
Yeah. So, we're not going to do that. Like, we're not going to sit here and just talk about the SEC is better than this and this better than that. We're going to get into it in the third quarter. We're going to talk some more about all the shit that's going on. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's the warm-up. I got a good lather going right now. I got a good lather going.
Yeah, you feel me? I got a nice good stretch going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deuce, man. Yes, sir.
Let's get into this first.
We ain't got tomorrow. We got now. We ain't got next. We got now. We ain't coming no more.
Just know when you on this goal side, we turned up the whole game, bro. We finna be live, we finna be popping it. I don't know how you got this camera in this helmet, but I like it. Let's go.
I know we said that was the warm-up, but that shit was damn near an hour. That's crazy.
They say
I
if
just
the
look at
warm
the
they say if the warm up ain't harder than the workout, you really didn't warm up.
then there's that. All right. So you saw him. We're gonna go to Prime, start the first quarter. That's what we're gonna start off with. Right now. Um, the Travis Hunter situation is perplexing to me. Um, and I think it has a lot to do with the voters and the people who are in charge of this stuff. They really don't like Coach Brown.
Of course.
They, they really don't. Travis should definitely, at least, even if he doesn't win it, he should be a finalist for the Thorpe Award. Like, I don't know what else you would want from a cornerback that he has not done. To at least be a finalist. I'm not saying he's got to win it. I'm just saying the fact that he's not a finalist does not make sense.
I'm just trying to figure out the best, or at least one of the best defensive players in the country isn't a finalist. It doesn't, because when you look it up, literally when it comes to college football rankings, college football prospect, anything, look it up. ESPN, whatever, the freaking NFL mock, whatever. Look it up on any. It literally has Travis Hunter top 5, and he ain't 5 or 4. Okay, he ain't nor 3. All right. When it comes to rankings for not only defensive players but corners. So how, if the award is for the best DB or the best corner, is he not? If he's the second bit, that doesn't make any sense, guys. See how that doesn't make any sense?
So I guess I don't know how this is. How I just pulled it up. It said the finalists. There's only 3 of them. You got Jahadi Brown. I mean Barron. For Texas, he's got 41 tackles, 4 interceptions. Last time I checked, that's the same thing around where Travis is at. Just saying.
No,
Caleb Downs, who I think is a legit safety. I want the Raiders to draft him. We need a
really good
safety.
player.
Caleb Downs is dope. 51 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss. These are the highlights. And then you got Malachi Starks from Georgia. He's got 1 interception and 55 tackles. Now, let's get Travis. Because it doesn't make sense. Where is? I don't want his defensive. I mean his offensive numbers. I want his defensive numbers. Travis has 31 tackles and 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. So he is on par with those dudes everywhere, up and down. And he's playing wide receiver while doing it. How is he not a finalist? I'm not saying he has to win it. I'm asking, why isn't he a finalist? I mean, I can make an argument that he should win it. But that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, how is he not even a finalist?
That's ultimate
Very
question. Like I just said, I don't understand how he's ranked legitimately top 2 in corners in the country and not a finalist.
Yeah. It's and the only explanation that at least I can come up with is just that this growing disdain, this growing hatred for Deion Sanders is I'm gonna do everything that we can do to not bolster what he's doing over there in Colorado.
Well, like I said last night, bro, that's something that can't happen. Right? That's something that can't happen, bro. Right? Like, you've had Paul Feinbaum trash mouthing fucking Deion Sanders ever since he got a fucking job at JSU, right? So imagine Deion in his second season taking Colorado to a college football playoff. What? No, that can't happen. That can't happen at all.
that'll bring us like to the Oklahoma State blowout that they just did. If they just would have handled their business and not been stuck in the tiebreaker and had the opportunity to play in the Big 12 championship, then that would have been something to see.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. They're still going to play in a bowl game. Okay. And this season was an absolute success. And then you're seeing the fruits of it because the recruiting class that he is putting together right now, based off the kids that are committed, that are going to end up coming, and I'm pretty sure he's going to the transfer portal. He's probably going to pick up a guy or two to help out as well.
Most definitely.
Colorado is going to be scared, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, well, what they're going to do when Shador is gone?" Well, they got Shador's replacement. Oh, well, they're not going to have a guy like Travis. Not so fast. They have another kid on the roster that they redshirted this season, who is basically going to be Travis Hunter next season. He plays corner and he plays wide receiver. So now we said it, like I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna have to coin it because somebody else is probably gonna take it from us, but I'm not gonna let you do it. You know how they say, who is DBU? Is that LSU or Ohio State?
College San Mateo. Shout out to CSM, man. But I would say LSU.
But Colorado is going to be two-way U. They're going to get more guys, not more guys, but at least one or two dudes that are going to play offensive defense. That's just going to be their staple. That's just going to be the thing that you do at Colorado. And
athletes are gonna want to go there.
Yeah, and there's going to be a couple schools that's going to try it, but they're not going to have the same success because you don't have a Coach Prime. You just don't.
It's really that simple, honestly.
And Shiloh and Shador are wild. You're wild.
I feel them though. I know.
I'm here with you. I totally understand it. I didn't realize that Pilar Sanders was a maniac like she was.
Really?
Look,
okay. It took me about 15 minutes to read up when I was doing some research, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, about one prime time, right? It took me about 15 minutes to read up about Miss Sanders and the insanity of which. And I'm not getting on here disrespecting nobody, moms and ex-wives and none of that. But
no, she's a maniac.
All I'm saying is, you know, it may not be all the way there. I'm just saying she is. I see why Deion ran off like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
I ain't see you. Look, he took the cut like you. Boom! I'm out of here. Bro. He stuck his foot in the dirt, pushed off, and was out of here.
Like he was undercutting an out route. Cause
yeah,
oh yeah, nah, that's prime right there. He got up out of there.
Right. And also what he did for Jimmy Horn.
Oh yeah.
Respect.
Most definitely.
Like
definitely.
That was dope. This is why I say he's necessary for college football.
Definitely. I mean, somebody who's been in that situation before, you know, having either a coach or, you know, somebody else's parents. Shout out to Corey Carver. My boy Doug.
Go ahead. I'm gonna be right back.
No, go ahead. Do you think? You know, as somebody who's you know, been through something like that, you know, having either a coach or you know, like I said, a teammate's mom walked me out due to, you know, a father figure being in prison, or, you know, my mom having to work, coming from a single parent household. That moment sticks with a kid or sticks with a player to a higher level, to a higher extent than a lot of people know, a lot of people realize. So when you know, Deion's talking about how what he's doing is bigger than football, right? And I know a lot of people, there's speculation about him, you know, going to to the NFL. And I'm not saying that he's gonna, you know, not take the opportunity at some point in time, but I just don't think at this present moment that that's his motive and that's something that he's willing to do, because he's seeing how he's touching and how he's advancing these young men's lives. And I think he sees that that is the bigger picture as of right now, more than going to the NFL and trying to make a name for himself as an NFL coach. So it's just really big on more than levels of just football and just, you know, getting guys drafted. It's like he's taking the time to let these guys know, like, yeah, no, I care about you and I care about your future and I care about the person that you are.
Mhm. And it's literally, you know, turning boys to men. Is what he's doing, and you can't. It's funny how he's a magnet for all of the negative talk and negative feedback that he gets, but he continues to be positive and do positive things.
Just thrive.
And yeah, and you know, shout out to Coach Prime. You know, wish that program nothing but the best. Um, the worst. They win a national championship. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh, and that's the reason why I said it. That's the reason why I said it last night, and I said it again today. There's no way that they can have Coach Prime in his second year in the run for a national championship with 3 of the best players in the country. It just can't happen. With that coaching staff, it just can't happen.
Right. No, we said it when he first got to Colorado. Within 5 years, Colorado will win a national championship. I'm gonna sit on that. Now we're already 2 years in, so we got 3 more years to see what happens.
Yeah.
But I do believe he can win one in the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, as this quick, you know damn well they're like, yeah, no, we're not letting that happen. Nah. Can't let that happen. We can keep him a solid 20, 21, maybe 15, 16 ranking at the top, but he's never going above 11, 12, because then we would have to seriously consider him and put him in the ranking. So, yeah, no.
He gonna get that, and I want it. Like I said, almost how I feel. Like if the Raiders ever go to a Super Bowl, I'm going. If Colorado makes it to a national championship game, hey, I'm pulling out all the 401k money I got. I'm going to that. That's going to be the ultimate turnip fest.
Well, most definitely, because if the Raiders go to the Super Bowl, then you can already know I'm meeting you in Vegas, because, of course, or wherever the Super Bowl is going to be.
Wherever the Super Bowl is going to be.
Not going to be in Vegas.
But the thing to do is don't ever let the Raiders go to the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl is in Vegas.
Yeah, because
Vegas
just make it 4 hours away, put it in SoFi in LA, and me and Mel, we turn it up. But
if it's in SoFi or
yeah, done so. But if Colorado makes it to the net, we there. Tailgating SL style. We outside.
We're definitely gonna be outside. It's gonna be crazy. All right. We're gonna keep it college, but we're gonna change it up just a little bit.
Number 2, but number 1 in your heart. I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared. I just think.
Yeah, and just so, like I said before, all this Jameis post that everybody's doing, all of the Jameis love, all of that, we still wear it. I feel good when I see it. Because I know we were on it first. We did it. Our guy. It's our guy.
We literally called Jameis Winston our spirit animal when he got traded to the Saints, okay? So I just want y'all to remember, we started this barbecue shit, okay?
All of it.
All right? Dude, that was us. I'm down. All right?
All us. I don't care nobody. All us. We got the proof to prove it.
Literally.
All right. So, all right. So the Boise State UNLV game just went final.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk about Ashton Jeanty right here. Because a lot of people, because we talk about Travis and the Heisman and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about Travis and the Heisman. skipped over that. My bad. But if you're asking me, Travis Hunter, clear-cut Heisman front runner, should win the Heisman. It should be unanimous. Travis wins the Heisman. Unanimous. And this is no slight at Ashton Jeanty and everything that he's done this season. What he's done this season must be commended. It is absolutely ridiculous because going into the game, he needed 341 yards to break Barry Sanders' record. He finished with 209. So they tried. They tried. They tried. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about and even if he did break Barry Sanders' record as far as the yardage go, I need y'all to understand Barry Sanders did that shit in 11 games.
I was going to say, Barry was different. It was different.
He did that shit in 11 games. I'm going to read off the numbers, how ignorant this was for Barry Sanders. He had 178 and 2 touchdowns the first game, 157 and 2 touchdowns the second game, 304 and 5 touchdowns in the third game.
304
and 4 touchdowns. 174 and 4 touchdowns the game after that, 189 and 4 touchdowns, 154 and 2 touchdowns, 320 and 3 touchdowns, 215 and 2 touchdowns, 312 and 5 touchdowns, 293 and 4 touchdowns, 332 and 4 touchdowns, and ended the season in the bowl game with 222 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's the most ignorant stat line in the history of stat lines.
That's why people revere him as the best running back of all time. Because did you just hear what he said?
Stupid.
And that is ignorant.
And this is week after week after week after week. Like I'm running. His bad game was 154 yards against Missouri.
Like, do y'all realize he is the definition of give me the ball, coach? Give me the ball.
And the thing about it is, it wasn't like he was just getting he was averaging 3 yards. No, he was averaging 7.5 yards a carry. And that's just the overall over the season. Because the first game he basically averaged 10 yards a carry. That is stupid. Stupid. Not 8 yards, 9 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards, 9 yards, 5 yards, 8 yards, 9 yards, 7, 8. Basically, it was like, no, every time he touched the ball is a first down, at least on 2 carries.
Dude,
that's dumb.
That's ridiculous.
So Ashton Jeanty, it was dope. I'm not putting anything past him. But it wasn't as to do what Barry did. I don't think anybody else is going to do that in college football. It's just insane.
You would have to rush for multiple 300-yard games.
Because he did it in this one season. He did it he had 4 300-yard games.
4 300-yard games is fucking insane. First of all, let's talk about how Oklahoma State had no trust in their quarterback at all. They didn't trust that nigga at all, okay? Give him the ball and shut the fuck up, all right? If you even say something, I'm going to slap the shit out you and get somebody else in here to give him the ball. That was their rule, all right? But you would have to have a program like that, and you would have to have a guy
you wouldn't, okay. I wanted to do this anyway. These are the 10 best. I don't know if it's going to show up on the screen. Let's see if it shows up. a little blurry.
Got it.
All right.
A little clear. No, we got it.
All right. So these are the all-time single season rushing records, top 10. At number 10, Andre Williams in 2013 ran for 2177. In 1996, Troy Davis. Some of y'all don't know who Troy Davis is.
Yeah, some of
1996.
y'all don't know who Troy Davis is. That's okay.
Troy Davis was one of them ones, at least in college. He ran for 2185. In 2018, y'all know who Jonathan Taylor is. He ran for 2194.
Yep.
2015, Derrick Henry ran for 2219. In 2017, totally didn't realize Rashard Penny did this in college. It's fucking nuts. He ran for 2248. In 2000, LaDainian Tomlinson ran for 2276. 81, Marcus Allen ran for 2427. In 2007, Kevin Smith ran for 2567. That's a lot of fucking rushing yards on these running backs.
Quite literally. Because what the fuck?
In 2014, Melvin Gordon ran for 2587. And then we just saw Barry Sanders in 88 ran for 2850. That's a lot of rushing yards out of these dudes. Like, that's a lot. But who would you say are the 10 best college running backs of all time?
The 10 best college running backs of all time. I'll say Barry's definitely one. Two would. Hold on.
Okay. I'm gonna give you mine. Give you
Go
mine.
ahead.
All right. I'm gonna start.
Between 2, 3, and 5.
Right. I'm gonna start at 10. 10 is more of a because when I was watching him play, he was dope as fuck to me. 10 would be Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk at San Diego State was insane when I was watching him. Number 9, Reggie Bush. 8, Bo Jackson. 7, Mike Rozier. 6, Tony Dorsett. 5, O.J. Simpson. 4, Ricky Williams. 3, Herschel Walker. 2, Archie Griffin. And 1, Barry Sanders.
I like your list. I like your list a lot. I'm going to go 1, Barry Sanders, obviously. This list, I'm not even going to lie to you, this list is going to be USC heavy, obviously. I'm a USC fan, I don't. But,
right.
2, Marcus Allen. I know a lot of people feel a lot of ways about him, but that's still my guy. Shout out to the original first light skin, pretty eyes. 3, OJ the Juice, another USC guy, of course. 4, Ricky Williams. 5, a lot of people might be surprised by this, but rest in peace, 1, Ernie Davis. If you know, you know.
I was gonna, yeah.
If you know, you know. A lot of y'all don't know. A lot of y'all wasn't outside. Y'all got to get y'all football knowledge up, man. Y'all not really knowing.
Yeah.
Number 6, the person who originally got me into college football and USC fandom, 1, Reginald Bush. When I tell y'all he really got me into, like, I'm talking about, I didn't know about all these other guys until after I watched Reggie Bush, and I went back to watch all these other niggas because I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on, wait a minute. Number 6. Oh wait, no, I did number 6. Number 7, Eric Dickerson. Shout out to Mr.
AD. He was. That's why I said with Marshall Faulk, it was more or less. That was my guy.
And there he is. Marshall Faulk is next on my list, of course, because Hello. If you know, you know. If you there, if you
Just
were
you
there,
always watch the highlights. Just watch the highlights, and then
you
it'll
just
make
watch
sense.
the highlights. Number 9, Bo Jackson, the greatest athlete of all time. And even though I wish that the Raiders, the Raiders drafted him, we didn't draft him. We ended up drafting somebody else, but it's fine. I'm gonna go Adrian Peterson, Mr. Baby Hands himself.
Right.
Because if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Which that was crazy because I wanted to see if the two kind of went parallel because I was a top that was a top 10 college. Now my top 10 NFL running back.
And we do it all the time, right?
All done. So I want to see if they parallel. Yes and no, but here we go. Like I said, I'm gonna start from the top. From the bottom, work my way up. Number 10, LaDainian Tomlinson, LT. Number 9, Tony Dorsett. 8, where am I? 1, 2, 8, Marcus Allen, O.J. Simpson, Jim Brown, Marshall Faulk, Walter Payton, Adrian Peterson, Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders.
Yep. I think basically it's gonna line up. Number 1, I got Barry Sanders, and I know there's gonna be a name that everybody's not gonna hear in this list, and that bum will never be on my list. I don't care. So number 1, Barry Sanders. Mel already knows what I'm talking about.
Because he's not on mine, so it's all good.
He ain't on his either. So as long as y'all know. But yeah, number 1, 1 Barry Sanders. Number 2, I'm gonna go Big Walt, Sweetness, Walter Payton. Number 3, even though his season or his career didn't last as long, I don't care. The greatest athlete of all time, Bo Jackson. He was a Raider. Number 4, Marcus Allen. Number 5, 1 O.J. the Juice Simpson. Number 6, Marshall Faulk. Number 7, Adrian Peterson. Number 8, y'all gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna be like, "Oh, this man is crazy." Hold on, wait. Give me the bus. Jerome Bettis. Yeah, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even remember my boy Jerome, man. Y'all went outside for Jerome Bettis. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm not even mad at that.
Can't be mad at it. All right, next on my list. Now I'm scrolling through my notes right now. Give me a second. Give me 1 LaDainian Tomlinson. And I'm pretty sure I'm at 8 now. Give me Eric Dickerson. And number 10, give me 1 Gale Sayers, just because I like how I play with them on man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. All right. So all of this was just to build up to something I said last year, and I didn't get back around to it. But I'm here now. I'm here. Everybody said I was crazy when I said that Frank Gore is in the Hall of Fame. I said he's going to get into the Hall of Fame, but I don't believe he's a Hall of Fame. I don't believe longevity stats matter. Okay? He was never the best running back in the league. A good running back, never the best running back. Never won a rushing title. None of that. Okay? So I said I could name 60 running backs better than Frank Gore. I stopped at 57 because I didn't want to. I'm not trying to, I stopped at 57. You want to hear this list? You want to see if you can dispute any of these?
You stopped at 57?
57.
Go ahead.
Because I felt like I proved my point.
I felt like I can fill in those last 3. Go ahead.
Okay. So, we're going to start with a guy that's currently playing, Jonathan Taylor.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay. Bo Jackson.
Definitely not mad at that.
Nick Chubb.
Definitely not mad at that at all.
Alvin Kamara.
Not mad at that, and he's more versatile.
Saquon Barkley.
Iron Man.
Le'Veon Bell.
Oh my gosh, that man has the patience of a god.
Josh Jacobs.
Oh my, still very salty. You egg-headed motherfucker, but it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, this personal feelings aside. Personal
Personal
feelings aside.
feelings aside, it's okay.
Christian Okoye.
Yes,
John Riggins.
absolutely,
Otis Anderson.
absolutely,
Lenny Moore.
absolutely,
Gale Sayers.
absolutely,
Larry Zonka.
absolutely. The original white boy running back.
All right.
I don't even
Joe Mixon.
remember. Yes, boy from the Bay,
Okay.
my boy Joe.
Yep. CMC.
Yes.
Arian
Okay.
Foster.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron was cold too, man. Y'all don't even remember Aaron Foster.
Yeah, I'm just running off the names. We're gonna run them off. Todd Gurley.
Yes,
Jamal Charles.
absolutely,
Terrell Davis.
absolutely.
Priest Holmes.
Yes.
Roger Craig.
Oh, yes.
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one, people gonna get a little dicey, but I don't give a fuck. Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes, I would say so.
I have a whole argument for Ezekiel Elliott, so I'm ready for any bullshit that anybody want to say. Earl Campbell.
If people really want to argue Zeke, I'll give them 16, 14, 13. That'll be all I have to say.
Yeah. Earl Campbell.
Yes,
Sean Alexander.
absolutely. He won an MVP, guys.
Yep. Chris 2K.
Oh, Mr. Chopper City Juke. Rest in peace, my boy Jacoby Ford, man.
Yep. I'm just saying. Matt Forte.
Yes. Oh, y'all remember Ballhead Matt, man.
Look, all the light-skinned niggas is on the list, so don't worry about it. Clinton Portis.
Yes. For multiple reasons, then one.
Yeah. Ricky Williams.
Absolutely.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yes. We all know.
Eddie George.
Yes.
Eddie George, you good? Tiki Barber.
Yeah. What? The thug, Eddie George.
Yeah. Tiki Barber.
Oh, yeah. My boy Rockhead himself. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Jamal Lewis.
Yes. Oh, Jamal was so cool.
Ricky Waters.
Yes.
King Henry.
Yes.
Okay. This is another one. People want to argue with me. I'm gonna fight you on this. Ward Dunn.
Yes. What?
All right. Despite how I feel about this nigga, Shady McCoy.
Nah, I be wanting to sock you in your nose, specifically your left nostril, but yeah.
All right. OJ Simpson.
Fuck yeah.
Corey Dillon.
Absolutely.
Steven Jackson.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Fred Taylor.
yes. Shout out to my boy Fred Taylor.
Thurman Thomas.
Yep.
Franco Harris.
Yep.
Marcus Allen.
Yeah. Despite how I feel about Franco Harris, that is a yes.
Yep. Marcus Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Edrin James.
Absolutely.
Marshall Falk.
We know that.
Jim Brown.
Absolutely.
Tony Dorsett.
You know it.
Eric Dickerson.
Easily.
Jerome Bettis.
Definitely.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yes.
Emmitt Smith.
Absolutely.
Curtis Martin.
Definitely.
Adrian Peterson.
Most definitely.
Walter Payton.
Yes.
And Barry Sanders.
Easily. How the fuck did this nigga correlate 16? Because he played for fucking ever, bro. That's why. My dumb ass. Let me
Yeah. He played forever. Like, that doesn't make you look being good. Like I'm not saying he's not a good running back. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is He's not the third. He has the third most rushing yards in NFL history. He's nowhere near being the third best running
The
back.
third best. No, he's not. The highlight of his the highlight of his career was the second year where he put up damn near 1,700. But he's only
That was
ever
my
only
argument
ever
to
had
that was Ezekiel
two-
Elliott did that his rookie season.
Yeah, he's only ever had one double-digit touchdown season. After he put up that 1,600, he's never really sniffed 13 again or anything close. Like,
Yeah.
It's uneventful. You don't get to be the best
It's
ever
okay.
because you played a long time. It's a great accomplishment. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but nah. And like
When
I
you look
said,
at a lot of other guys' numbers, you're gonna be like, oh fuck no.
yeah, and like I said, and the guys that I named, I can get another 4 or 5 out before I get to Franco.
Oh, easily. Because let me see. No, we got that. No, got that. Let me see.
Because I didn't put dudes like Bijan Robinson and Jameer Gibbs and none of them niggas on it.
Which you could have. Right? Which, I mean, honestly, you could have. Shoot. Aaron Jones, could put him on there. He got more rushing yards than safety right now.
Right, Aaron Jones. As I was going through it, I didn't realize Russell Wilson got a lot of fucking rushing yards.
He does.
That motherfucker is nuts. I was like, all right, Russ.
Yeah, you can fill in those spots. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can feel it, but I want to fulfill my obligation. I told everybody I was gonna find 60. I got it. And if you look, I'm you know me. I'm always gonna post it just to see who's gonna argue with it.
Just to see who we got to cook throughout the week.
Yeah. So there's that. Let's get it. We going through this today. No Diddy.
Ha.
Hey fellas, let's work today. Let's focus. We still got the main thing, right? Let's keep the main thing. The main thing. Say that. Keep the main thing. Keep the main thing. Let's go.
All right. Back to get back to college football. We're gonna stay on this for a little bit. Ohio State and Ryan Day. What is your I'm a Michigan guy, so you already know how I feel about it. You got one job at Ohio State. You got one job. And he has not done that job very well. Since he's been at Ohio State, he is 1-4 against Michigan. Gotta do better, sir.
Hey, I was gonna say, that's not gonna cut it, man. They're gonna start calling that boy Urban back.
They're gonna call somebody because you're not gonna have a job. The thing about it is, I tell people all the time, you got to stay true to who you are. If you don't stay true to who you are, you're going to fail, and then you're going to be mad that you failed, but you can only look at yourself because you didn't stay true to who you are. You are not going to out Michigan. That's not how that works. It's like when teams play Golden State. You're not going to out Golden State. That's just not how that works. You have to play your game. Don't play my game. You cannot fight me in a phone booth if you're Ohio State. Michigan is built for that. You can't. You were supposed to throw the ball all over the field and take advantage of the secondary and all the injuries on the defensive side of the ball. You don't then try and run the ball into our defensive line and our linebackers where we have literally like 4 to 5 NFL players.
Like
and high draft pick niggas, like first round dudes.
Easily.
Like that, you weren't gonna win that. You weren't. Sorry, just wasn't gonna happen. You spent $20 million on quarterbacks and wide receivers to not use them in the biggest game of the season. Not to mention, Michigan has no offense. Zero. None. This was not going to be a track meet whatsoever. If y'all put up 20 points, Michigan was going to lose 100%. Wasn't even going to be close.
I only got one thing to say about this goddamn game. Y'all are ass. I don't care. Y'all suck.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way y'all went out. I knew y'all was going to lose this game. That's the cool part about it.
And all that shit that Will Howard was talking about when he transferred, talking about, I'm only here to do one job, beat Michigan. You played like some dog shit.
Trash. But, Mel, while I got you here and while we got Michigan and Ohio State on the docket right now, we know, as we know, rivalry week is a big thing in college football. So how do you feel rivalry week went off this week?
In college football?
Mm-hmm.
It's not what it used to be.
Would you say it is trending further away from what it used to be or getting closer? This is just narratives that I'm hearing throughout the social
media. Further away. Like the Alabama-Auburn game, the Iron Bowl didn't feel like the Iron Bowl.
That is very true.
It didn't like Michigan, Ohio State still felt like Michigan, Ohio State because it didn't matter that Michigan was trash and Ohio State was really good. It mattered because it's both teams, they played their ass off. It's like when Alabama and Auburn they clashed and Alabama was they tried to kick the field goal and it was a field goal. They returned the field goal for a touchdown. Like it always comes. It's supposed to. These games, you feel like it's always supposed to come down to a possession or two.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be fight. It's supposed to be a struggle, and a lot of the games didn't feel like that.
No.
And the players don't have the same, like, regardless of, we're going to get to the flag planting stuff in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what happened at the end of the games, that's not what it was on the field during the game.
Got you. That makes sense.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. That's kind of where I was going with that, right? Because, you know, a lot of people were pushing the narrative that college football is starting to, especially rivalry week, that is starting to get back to where, you know, it was and, you know, the good times and stuff like that. But, you know, looking at the games, right? A lot of the games were uneventful, right? It didn't feel like rivalry week outside of, you know, Michigan, Ohio State, USC, Notre Dame gave us a good show as well, even though I don't know what you're teaching the boys over there, Link, but you can't be teaching them boys to get fired on like that. That's not okay. Outside of, you know, those few games, it's just like a lot of the rivalry games I felt like didn't go over as well, right? And even then, we missed a lot of rivalry week games from the week before because a lot of the rivals played that week as well. So it's just, I just wanted to get your perspective because I've seen a lot of people saying that. And I'm just like, I'm not sure I'm there yet.
No, I don't, because the biggest thing about it is a lot of at least in my opinion, the way I look at it, kids still go to Michigan to beat Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And kids still go to Ohio State to beat Michigan. Like, that's one of the things that they do. Like, they understand the assignment when they go to those schools. Like, yes, we play a full schedule, but that last game of the season is always circle. That's the one. We don't get that from, like, remember, Miami, Florida State used to be a thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. Played that
it's not a thing.
First game of the season.
Yes. Like, it's not a thing no more. Like, that's not a thing. Like, you know, Texas A&M is really not a thing no more. Because the kids that they're choosing schools based off the NIL deals. They're not doing it because I want to be part of the tradition of the school.
Yep.
That's not what we're getting from these kids.
I say that a lot too.
Yeah, so you lose a bit of the fight. And it started It started years ago, way before the NIL started. Like when Notre Dame took Michigan off their schedule,
Yeah.
that made no sense.
Yeah, independent bullshit.
Like Michigan Notre Dame, that was a big game. Like that's massive. Those are the two most historic colleges in football. Like
Mm-hmm.
you need that. That game is supposed to happen every year. If
The
not
big
every
house,
year, every other year.
the big house, one of the oldest, if not literally one of the oldest universities, football teams in the goddamn nation. Like, but then again, that goes back to our early conversation. That independent
Like Notre
bullshit.
Dame, like there was a time when Notre Dame got away with being an independent because there would be a run where they would play. I think it was Purdue,
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, Michigan State, Stanford, USC, and then you'd be like, all right, cool. Like if that's what you're gonna put on your schedule, you can be an independent because you're playing those teams, and all of those were big games. But you don't get that no more. Like it's weird. Like you just don't get it. Um,
Yeah.
who else was it? What other games were there? You said the Iron Bowl isn't what the Iron Bowl used to be. Um, the Pac-12. Who was USC, Stanford, UCLA, USC? Not what it. It's not what it is. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know. I
More.
don't think we don't get the. There's no more. We don't get it like we used to. In my opinion. My opinion.
Yeah. Nah, I same. I feel the same, honestly. Like, we got, K-State, Iowa State, which, yeah, sure,
Mhm.
right? But, yeah,
Mid.
like Texas A&M, that's always supposed to be a big game, but the whole game
Not no
was,
more.
yeah, just uneventful. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Like the
Washington
Red
and
River
Oregon,
Shootout.
yeah,
Oh, what they call it, the Red River. In case they can't call it shootout no more. It's the
yeah,
Red
the
River rivalry.
Red River rivalry, which happened early in the season, right? Like it. Come on, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
guys. Like I just,
Like yeah, Michigan State isn't a thing like that no more.
like that was always a big game, right? Like we need to turn this up somehow, right? Like Ole Miss, Mississippi State wasn't a big game at all, right? Like we got Colorado and Colorado State at the beginning of the season. Like,
I think that game, I say that game the last 2 years because Coach Prime has gotten there, that game has turned up. Like those
oh
two
yeah,
teams,
definitely. But it's just
that
you,
turned up.
you can't have it at the beginning of the season. Like if we're gonna have a rivalry week, I need rival every
Right.
single goddamn game. I need it to be
Right.
turned up. That type of energy,
Gotcha.
because you can't have these random ass teams and sprinkle in some crazy little random ass history that they got or a few times that they played and it ended in bad blood. Like, nah, we need bad blood for 10, 15, 20 years type shit when it
Right.
comes to
I
rivalry
agree.
week.
I agree. So one of the coaches had pointed out something that was kind of funny because we talked about it earlier in the show about the patches on your chest, the SEC, ACC, Big Ten, Big 12. But then you look about it because they always talked about how the Pac-12 and the Big 12 were lesser conferences than the other Power Five. They were the lesser of the Power Fives, right?
Yep. Yep.
In the Big Ten, who's playing for the Big Ten championship?
The Big Ten championship, Oregon and Penn State.
Oregon and Penn State.
Mhm.
So that's a Pac-12 team, right?
Yep. Oh, it sure is.
Who's playing for the ACC championship?
That will be one SMU and Clemson.
It's a Big 12 team, right?
That would be true, yes.
Former Big 12. Former Big 12.
Former Big 12, yes.
SEC championship?
SEC championship, Texas and Georgia.
Big 12 champion. Big 12, former Big 12 team.
Former Big 12 team, yes.
So you have a Pac 12 team, two Big 12 teams, And then you still have a Big 12 champion, and you're gonna have a Pac-12 champion.
But wait a minute. The Big 12 championship. Who's playing in that? Could have swore it was Arizona State and Iowa State. Could have swore Arizona State came from the Pac-12 as well. Oh, okay.
Yes,
I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, they did. So the two conferences that everybody kind of like wanted to dump. I'm gonna say everybody, but the like national media, they have their teams are scattered throughout the other conferences at the top of the conference.
Oh, get the heck out of here! You mean to tell me that they not weak and they can't and they can actually compete with all these other conferences? Because that's all I heard. The Pac-12 can't compete. The Pac-12 is too soft. Those West Coast guys can't play football. They're not ready for big boy football in the Big 12 and the SEC. And oh, wait a minute, because let me see. Hold on. Boise State, Arizona State, Oregon, Texas, SMU. Damn, that's crazy.
A lot of Pac-12 and Big 12 teams. I'm just saying. I'm not making anything up. We're just looking at how everything's shaped out, and that's how it shook out. So
Auburn's playing for the ACC championship or the AAC championship, by the way. Just let y'all know that.
Right. So the patch on the front of your jersey does not mean as much as y'all think it does. It's the dudes in the helmets and the shoulder pads that determine that. Okay? Because this whole SEC shit that y'all doing, everybody wants to trumpet the SEC all the damn time. The SEC
could have swore
it ain't like that.
I could have swore that y'all motherfuckers was almost not about to. It was almost about to be what, two Big 12 teams now that was about to be in the SEC championship and not an SEC, not an SEC team. That would have been insane.
Right. So just play the games, man. Don't worry about what conference they're in. Just put the best teams on the field. Let them shake it out, and we'll see where it goes. Stop worrying about stop worrying about SEC, Big Ten, ACC. Don't worry about none of that. Just put the best teams on the field. All right. Let's go. We're about, you know what time it is. You all ready?
Death Valley, it's the fourth quarter. Get those scores up.
All right. So let's have some fun here. Let's have some fun. The overreaction to Josh Allen and his MVP candidate case, and the Bills being this juggernaut in the AFC. Because everybody likes to say this thing, especially in college football, strength of schedule. Strength of schedule. That's how you judge the team. Strength of schedule. So let's use that against Mr. Josh Allen. So, do you know that the Bills have not played a team with a 500 record or better? Well, let me say, I'll change that back. A winning record. One. They played the Cardinals week 1, should have lost that one, but Cardinals don't have a winning record right now. The Dolphins, we know what the Dolphins are. They don't have a winning record. How about the Jacksonville Jaguars? No? Okay. They played the Baltimore Ravens and got blown out, but we know who the Ravens are. They played the Texans, lost that game. We know what that is. They played the Jets. They won, but we know what the Jets are. They played the Tennessee Titans. We know what they are. The Seattle Seahawks is the one team with a winning record that they beat. They played the Bills. They played the Dolphins again. Played the Colts. Chiefs. Well, no, I forgot 2 teams. They beat the Chiefs. And the 49ers. And if we're going to talk about strength of schedule, their schedule is ass. And when they played against really good teams, and I don't put the Kansas City Chiefs in that because y'all know how I feel about the Kansas City Chiefs. They're frauds, and their record is not an indication of what that team is. I think they are a 500 team. So that's
Worse
just
than
me.
Worse than 500.
Probably worse than 500, 100%. But I'm going to say 500 at best right now. The Buffalo Bills are smoke and mirrors. I'm not saying they're not a good team. What I'm saying is this MVP chance that they're giving Josh Allen and this thing that the Buffalo Bills are like the alphas of the AFC.
Frauds.
Frauds. Fraudulent.
Very, very much so. They are playing charades right now. I'm telling you right
Very
now.
much so.
Okay. They're playing shoots and ladders.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking way you're gonna sit up here and convince me that Josh Allen is an MVP with a 64% completion rating and he's 15th in the NFL in passing yards. With only 20 passing. I thought that the MVP was a quarterback award and oh my God, we're supposed to give it to all the quarterbacks and oh my God, the quarterbacks. No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. Because he runs around a lot. Is that what we're doing? Is because he runs around a lot, scores a lot of running touchdowns?
Because he gives you a highlight play every other game or every once in a while.
Nah. Don't piss me off today. They're not going to piss me off today, Mel, because I could have swore. They're not going to piss me off today, Mel, because I could have swore that was all the criticism that Lamar was getting. Ain't that what y'all was talking for Lamar about?
That's what they
all
said.
He does is run around and all the shit and blah, 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 blah. And all. He's only second in the league in passing yards right now and with a 67% completion percentage, but that's besides the point. But because Josh Allen runs the fuck around, y'all going to give him the MVP award? But then talk shit about, okay.
But the crazy thing about it with Lamar is that they gave everybody excuses when their defenses wasn't playing good, but they don't do that for Lamar.
Nope, they sure don't.
Like they don't do that. Like they don't say, "Well, the Raven defense isn't playing well." They don't do that.
Nope.
But it is what it is. I'm just here to point out the things that are happening. That's all I'm trying to do. Josh Allen is a fraud. And another team that they think are frauds is a team that we told y'all 4 weeks ago. Y'all need to be very, very, very worried about, and that would be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Tried to tell everybody, and I said it the week after I said they're going to use Justin Fields in packages. They started doing it, and they're getting comfortable doing it. So when the playoffs start, you're gonna have issues on your hands in short yardage situations. Y'all think the daggone tush push is bad. Trying to deal with Justin Fields with 2 yards to go is gonna be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because that read option with him and Najee Harris,
disgusting.
Because you got to pick your poison on that. Because they're the same size.
I was gonna say they're the same size, so either you pick Justin or you pick Najee.
So
either way, it's gonna hurt.
Either way, it's gonna hurt, bro. So you got to deal with that, and the fact that people still are doubting Russ and the things that he's doing. The one thing that they're not giving Russ credit for, and I haven't heard one person say it yet, the locker room loves him.
They trust him. They like him. They rocking with him.
And that's been the consistent thing everywhere he's gone. Even though they tried to tell you that Seattle, they didn't like him in Seattle, that's not true. They didn't like him towards the end when he was in Seattle because he was getting favoritism and stuff like that. And maybe he ate up a little bit of it. He felt some kind of way. Even when he was in Denver, the players said nothing bad about Russell Wilson.
That's true.
None of the players never said anything bad about Russ. It was the coach and Sean Payton who did not like Russ. And now in Pittsburgh, everybody rock out with him. It's kind of weird. I'm just saying. Seems a little racist. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
Oh, don't ever. I love an inappropriate racist joke because I say it all the time, okay? I say it all the time. I don't care. All right.
No, it's like,
if the microwave my food too hot, boom, that's racist. I don't know how, but it is.
I've never seen Sean Payton with a black quarterback. I'm just saying.
I was looking around to see if I could find one, but nah.
I'm just saying. Let's get to these young quarterbacks. I'm liking what I have seen from these young QBs. Bryce Young is looking the part. I don't know. Even though it's not coming with victories attached to it, he's playing the position very, very well. AR5. Still don't like his play style, but it's resulting in wins. I don't know how long he can keep it up, running powers from quarterback. We saw what happened to Cam. Maybe want to cut some of that stuff out. It is what it is. The one guy that has really shocked me, Drake May. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Drake May. I'm not even gonna lie. If there's one thing that everybody, if you watch this, if I will tell you exactly how I feel. I did not think Drake May was an NFL quarterback. I did not.
That was echoed around this podcast.
Yes. I've been watching the Patriot games the last 4 weeks. The Patriots may have their future quarterback, puns totally intended. I watch him make some throws that I didn't see him make in college. And the poise that he has, the way he marched the team like the last couple of weeks, they needed like last minute drives to get in scoring range and he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. Like I'm like, okay, I like it. So, like I said, I can admit at this moment I was wrong about Drake. He looks. I'm not gonna say I'm wrong, but I will give him the credit. He's looking the part right now.
I will say this about the young quarterbacks. Every single executive, head coach, assistant coach, doesn't matter who you are. I told you so. That's all I want to say is I told you so. Okay? Because when you try to have these young quarterbacks and insert them straight into the fire without having them sit back and at least learn, and it may not have to be for a year. These guys are smart. A lot of these guys are 4.0 students, barring what a lot of people, contrary to what a lot of fucking people believe. Oh my God, stupid dumb jock athlete, football player, dude. No, a lot of these guys are 4.0 fucking students. A lot of these guys graduate early and still have eligibility to play. They're graduate students. Okay, so maybe it doesn't take a whole year. Maybe it doesn't take a half a year.
Nix was in college for 18 years.
Look, Bo Nix was in college for 17 years, bro. He went to 3 of them. Okay, look, I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these guys are fucking smart. Okay, but maybe it doesn't take a whole year. Maybe it doesn't take half the year. Maybe it just takes a few games just for them to see it, right? Just for them to see it being done by somebody else in their respective league. So now they're looking like, holy shit, it's not just practice. I'm seeing this being done in real time in a real game. So when I get out there, now I can do it because I have all the tools, not only physically, but mentally to do so. Just imagine if you take Justin Fields and you put him in Chicago, but you don't just throw him in the fire because you're tired of Mitch Trubisky. You let him sit there, watch, wait. Bryce Young, sit there, watch, wait. We're seeing it with Drake May, just like Mel said. More poised, right? More relaxed, getting them on game-winning drives, putting them in position to win. It's not his fault that the other team and that the The other team is doing the exact same thing because they also have a good quarterback. That's not his fault. But these quarterbacks are constantly Bryce Young taking the Chiefs down to the damn wire, taking both teams that he's played within the last 3 weeks down to the wire. Like, having your young quarterback sit back and watch a little bit, and it doesn't work for everybody because some young quarterbacks are NFL ready and they need to play right now. We get that. But a lot of these guys, which me and Mel talked about prior to them being drafted and even after they were drafted, just they're not ready yet. Sit back, let them relax, let them get the game acclimated, let them see that, let them see what they need to see in their NFL eyes and their NFL mind and their NFL body. Let them get their NFL legs under them, and then let them run wild. I promise you, it's gonna go. Everything's gonna go honky dory. It's gonna be copacetic, dog. But you have to let them develop more as a player, but not as a player, but mentally as a man, prior to just throwing them out there as a little ass fucking kid, because that's essentially what they are, and expecting greatness, because it's not gonna happen.
No, and it's just the evidence. There's too much evidence of letting the young quarterback sit and watch, and because what happens is when you're sitting there watching it, he's making reads while he's watching it, and then he sees, he's like, oh well, why'd you throw it over there? What did you see that I didn't see?
Exactly. Why did you make that throw instead of making that throw?
And then he'll sit down with the quarterback, the veteran quarterback, and like, no, well, they was in this, and I saw this, boom, boom. Oh, okay, well, I saw this, that's why they have the surface on the side. So when you're looking at it, this is what I was looking at. So when he dropped down, you want to do this, you want to do that. Let the mental reps in game are massive. They're massive.
That's why coaches always tell you, take mental reps.
You have to take those mental reps. And you can see it. The biggest one that I would say, well, I'm not saying the biggest one, but the two that are really sticking out the most is Bryce Young and Drake May. Bryce Young got to watch Andy Dalton. Drake May got to watch Jacoby Brissett. He got to sit there and just be like, okay, cool. I see what I was doing wrong. In the case of Bryce Young. It's like getting the ball. It's the same thing, almost what I would do if I was the Bears with Caleb Williams, like you said, because he holds on to the ball a little too long.
Most definitely.
He's got to be able to see it, throw it, and if it's not there, get the ball out your hand. And stop taking 8 and 7 yard losses. You can't. All the stuff that you was doing in college, can't do that.
Yeah. Everything's not open. You can't always just run around in the backfield. Sometimes you got to take what the defense gives you. And a lot of people will sit up there and, oh, well, he's a check down merchant. He's a check down merchant. That's the fucking NFL, dog.
4 yards on a check down is better than an 8 yard loss on a sack.
My coach always used to tell me this whenever people used to ask us why we run the veer. What's 4 times 3?
Simple math. Simple math. You never want to go backwards. You want to go forward. That's why I was like, oh, well, he only averaged 3 yards a carry. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The game is to go forward.
What's 4 times 3? If I got 4 plays and I'm averaging 3 yards a play, y'all do the math.
You know who won the game like that just last night? The Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions know that they can get 3 yards on a carry. So on 4th down, instead of kicking a field goal at the end of the game and risking giving the ball back to Jordan Love, they said, nah, let's get this. Let's get this right now and put this shit to bed.
Yeah. Let's
that's
go
what
ahead
they
and get
did.
them. And now the clock doesn't have to stop unless we stop it, and game over. Let's go home, fella.
But he doesn't make that call if he's not confident in what the team can do. That's the scary part right there. What you just said is the scary part.
Literally.
Justin Fields sitting behind, because I know people don't see it like this. Justin Fields is just a bigger, faster version of Russell Wilson.
I've been saying it since he got drafted. Oh my God. I've been saying it since he got drafted. The nigga is a bigger, faster, potentially stronger version than Russ, bro. If you give him the same shit, I promise you he's gonna be the same person.
Like,
I promise you he's gonna be the same person.
yeah. So that's the scary part, to see what he has learned after this season might be scary. That's all
Under
I'm going to
Russ
say.
and Tomlin, oh my god,
It might be scary, but we got to wait to see. But if he absorbed it and he took away from it what I hope he took away from it, Justin Fields is going to be an All-Pro quarterback.
Going against that defense
All-Pro quarterback.
Goodness gracious.
He is going to live up to the number 1 overall pick that he was.
Yeah, he's going to be quite literally disgusting.
Yeah. All right. You know what we got to do? Got to have some fun. Give it what I got.
Week 13 of the NFL season is over. Holy shit, that was beautiful. This is what happened in every game. The Beijing Bears invent new ways to lose every fucking week. On this episode, Caleb Williams took more time to snap the ball on the last play than he takes to paint his fingernails in the morning. Drew Lock and Cooper Rush. No, I'm not just listing off quarterbacks who are objectively better at football than Patty Mahomes. These two guys were going head-to-head as the sun set over our families on Thanksgiving. Nobody watched this shit. In many ways, the Miami Dolphins resemble male private parts. Naturally underwhelming, and as soon as you put them in the cold, they shrivel up and are completely fucking useless.
I am dead inside.
There's been a murder in Savannah.
Trevor represents the slide. That'll be Alshire. But you better not kill the ground on the slide, and that's going to start.
Anthony Richardson is painful to watch sometimes, but dip me in shit and cover me in spit. I fucking love watching this man put his head down and run through a motherfucker. The Kirk Cousins disaster class was beautiful. Bro had more picks go out unconsensually than overtime Megan in May of 2023. Aaron Rodgers went on a darkness retreat before the season and then turned into the New York Jets' darkness retreat during the season. The fact that Seattle are first in their division and are now favored to win it on Polymarket just shows how shit the NFC West is. Belt to ass game of the week. Onward. The Cincinnati Bengals have scored 99 points over last 3 weeks and haven't won a single one of those games. The Bengals defense can stop about as much as Tyreek Hill's condom. I can't fucking believe Minnesota are 10-2. Like, even the biggest Vikings fans gotta be suffering from a little imposter syndrome right now. Regardless, they just beat Kyle Murray's midget BO2 addict ass.
We do not care.
Mike Evans is more consistent and relentless than my love for Bucky Irving. We need to start seriously asking ourselves if Bryce Young is better than Patrick Mahomes. And oh, what the fuck do we have here? Game tied at 23 in overtime. Chase McLaughlin, walk it off, white boy. Somebody call the po-po. I'm going crazy. Watching Philadelphia's secondary dominate receivers every week is my guilty pleasure. The only kick the Ravens could make this week was Lamar Jackson putting his studs through a dude's face mask. Josh Allen is the greatest show on snow. Bro is the first player in history to run, pass, and catch a touchdown in a single game. And now he has a 63% chance to win MVP on Polymarket. Also, what happened to Trent Williams is fucking devastating. My AI heart is with his family. We had to wait until Monday to get our game of the week. Jameis was out there saying, "Lord, forgive me for these pick sixes I'm about to throw." Bro put up 500 passing yards and 4 touchdowns to Cleveland players, and also 170 yards and 2 touchdowns to Denver players. Okay, now fucking follow me at Polymarket Sports for these recaps every week, Pookie.
All right. Shout out to Polymarket Sports. You know how we do. We can have that conversation about Bryce Young being better than Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, it might fuck around and be time to shit.
Because I don't want, like I said, I want to have this conversation with someone with intelligence and not going to sit here and talk with their feelings. Okay, not going to do it.
Here who gonna talk with their feelings so I can roast them? Like, shut your ass up, you cry.
Right.
Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, they are really wasting Michael Penix on that bench right now. I don't know. They got to figure that out.
Fuck the Falcons. Y'all fucked up the Raiders season. I don't care.
You did.
So,
yeah, you did.
You get what you.
You get what you deserve at this point. All right. So we got that. Where is I got two of the drive of the weeks. Do I want to do both of them?
Might as well go ahead and kick it.
Hold on.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
What is going on right now? My computer is tweaking out at the moment. What is going on right now? All right. Jeez.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings, y'all. This your boy Dre, Mr. Live
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Man, it's Friday and I'm feeling good.
Watch them pick for Taylor to the flat. Richardson looking. Richardson, end zone. It is caught for the Indianapolis touchdown. But now it comes down to this. You're trying to get to the playoffs.
Going for the win. Steichen feels like this is his best chance right here. Going for two in the lead. Richardson pulls it back. Richardson bangs it in. And the Indianapolis Colts have taken the lead. In Steichen with one of the most aggressive calls you'll see in that kind of moment.
That was a grown man professional football drive.
Now it's going crazy. All right, I'm trying to catch up to speed.
Yeah, I don't know if it was me lagging or you, because my laptop tripping over here too. So
No, I think it's got to be me because my stuff on my end is tweaking right now. Let me see. Because my damn battery was low, so I had to plug it in.
oh yeah, same.
All right. And then the other one I had to get because we didn't do Baker, so Baker needed to get one. He finally got one.
Most definitely.
Peace and blessings, y'all. This your boy Dre, Mr. Live at Your Own Pace. Man, it's Friday and I'm feeling good.
Seconds. Mayfield, he's got to get rid of it. He somehow gets away, and he's going to take it down the sideline and out of. Mayfield fires. The catch is made. Sterling. Every yard matters. He held on. Tough hit on Holdar. It's up and through, and the Bucs pull it out in overtime in Carolina.
That was a grown man professional football drive.
And it's weird because I have a full signal and it's a strong signal and it is tweaking right now.
Yeah, same. I took myself off mute like 2 minutes ago.
Like this is odd right now. This is crazy right now.
Literally insane.
So I don't know
But that's
what
technology for you.
Yeah, so I don't even know what it is. Definitely technology right now. Let me see. Maybe if I do this, hopefully this don't tweak it out too much. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, we
All right,
are
so
tweaking right now.
right. So all right, so we don't got to do the picks. We'll just shut it down. Sorry for all of the bullshit that is going on right now.
At the end of the show, right? Crazy. Whole show went perfectly fine. And then at the end, all the technical difficulties and shit.
Right,
But,
and then we get here and it start tweaking out.
Literally, the best part of the damn show.
Right.
But
hey, that is what it is.
Yeah, make sure you guys tap in with the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. Y'all know what it is. Basket to basket, gentlemen's talk, player versus team, and we back talking that ish inside the huddle. We're gonna work out all these technical difficulties. Get back at y'all next week. Keep tuning in, tapping in. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be a guest, make sure you tap in through the DMs. Don't be scared to come on, Cam. We don't bite. We just like to talk sports. And we're gonna see y'all next week. Y'all be smooth.
Yeah, be smooth. We out.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn